Yeah, is that a problem? Listen, I'm allowed this. I'm still a small streamer. I'm allowed this. Can I give the camera just a minute? Start the stream when you start the stream. Well, I gotta wait for people to come in. I can't I can't just start the stream when there's nobody there. I'd be talking to thin air. I mean, I do that anyway, but still. I joined right when it started. I mean, yeah, but maybe there's other people that want to come in too, you know? Never know. Like, maybe there's other people that want to come in. You never know. Anyway, I still got someone to wait for. Are you calling me a liar? I know for a fact you're not calling me a truther. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit so that I can talk to you all without the dulcet sounds of the Celtic windpipes like pounding my ears. I say as a guitar comes into the picture. Everyone's a liar. You're right. Everyone's capable of lying, including yourself. Nobody's safe, not even you. I forgot to hit the recording. Whoops. Not that I really need a point for that, actually, now that I'm, like, multi-streaming on YouTube, too, so I guess I'll just turn that off, actually. Oh! Have to take care of something? That's fine, that's fine. And by take care of something, you do mean, like, you know, close your Minecraft, right? No, I'm fairly sure he's lied too. Not to question him, but I'm pretty sure he's capable of it. Ah, gotcha. It's been a week. Let me tell you, it's been a week. Where's Cupid? Well, I think he's working right now, actually. Like, he's actually, and I don't mean like drawing, I mean he's actually like at work right now. I think. Or he's like he's like about to go into a post like work crash, which is just like he sleeps for hours on end. So today might not be a good day for him to come on. I did tell him that I did tell him he's your favorite though. And that apparently you've taken the center stage and that apparently he's taken the center stage from me. Yeah, he's employed. I see you're gonna be one of those chatters. But that's fine, I can deal with you. It's been a week. I went on a few trips with my family recently because my brother and sister are up from the desert, the desert of the United States. And we went to the Walt Disney Museum, which was honestly really interesting. My favorite part of that entire museum was just like this big old diorama of Disneyland. Like, that was the coolest thing about the museum. Now, you watch your tongue, Slothy. You watch your mouth. I know not a lot gets your attention, but you will respect. Good. Good, good. But yeah, I love, like, stuff like what I saw at that museum. I just wish there was a picture of it online. Because I only took video of it. Because I was like, this is too perfect of a thing to just take, like, here it is. I found it. Take it from me, friend. Transparency will not save your life. But anyway, let me see if I can. I don't need to get over. Let's see. I mean, I had to have saved here somewhere, right? There it is. Look at this. Homeless shelter reveal win. What is that supposed to mean? But look at this. Like, I saw that. The minute I saw this when I was walking into the room it was in, I was awestruck. And this is like, this is the. That's never happening. Anyway, this diorama is from, like, sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Is from back when, like, before the Disneyland Now. Like, there's a few things on this diorama map that either didn't make it into the park or are now gone. Because Jester's one of my best friends. That's how they know. But yeah, I saw this and I was awestruck. I love stuff like this. Like, just like looking at all the little doodads and all the cool stuff on top of like getting like a bird's eye perspective without actually being in the air is just like amazing to me. Oh, you would know, I guess, huh? Since you have an imaginary sloth friend. As we've established last stream. Anyway. That was just something cool that I saw. We went to one of the museums in Sacramento afterwards, but it wasn't really worth it, honestly. No, I saw that sloth IRL. Uh-huh. Is that what the zookeeper told you? Is that what the zookeeper told you when he very clearly, like, just put a very slow monkey inside of a costume? It looked like this, though? I don't know. That looks like a really poor rendition of a clown. Just stop it? No. That's my only friend. Well, I mean, clearly we're imaginary, so, you know, clearly your sloth friend is imaginary, too. Anyway, I will say that I probably did stall for enough time. Am I just dreaming? I don't know, are you? Is this whole thing just a dream? Are you in the Matrix right now? Have you been hooked up to a machine this whole time? Have you been in a coma? But at the same time, how would you know? I'm sorry, is it not? Hang on a second. What's going on here? Oh, that's spout 2. Where is... Oh, no. Okay, well, while you do that, I'm gonna have to do this again. Oh. Well, that's... I don't even know how to take that. Like, what is that supposed to mean? Anyway, I'll be right back. I gotta go get something really fast. For now. For now, you are. Apparently your only friend you can only see at the zoo. Which, by the way, is true. Like, I don't think you realize what you said. Like, what you said. I don't think you realize what you've just unleashed upon yourself. You have opened yourself to a lot of jokes. Oh, I sure do hope that this works. By this, I mean this controller. Because if it don't, I'm going to have to figure out how to get everything else to work. It's a joke, though? Yeah, I know. And I'm trying to go along with it, Zookeeper. So anyway, I don't really have a plan for this, honestly. I guess I could do some of the character stories. Because I still have a few to do. I know Skirks is out, and I have Skirk, actually. I just need this game to load, honestly. And then I gotta figure out if this controller works still. I mean, it looks like it does. Question mark. Well, that's even worse. Slothy, that's worse. You're friends with a dead man. You're essentially saying you have no friends. It works.
News from the Adventurers Guild. There's something strange going on at Salterai, and loads of monsters have shown up.
What? What is this?
The Millilith has designated the whole area as off-limits. Maybe we should stop by and see what's going on.
There's an event? No, there isn't. Oh, wait. No, it's just this. Okay, it's not important. Okay. You're gonna go to the store with art? When was this established? Sure, Slothy, sure. Sure. Okay, we'll come back to us safely, please. Wait, hold on. What was that for the Harbingers? Oh, that's just daily quests. Oh yeah, I still gotta do that. No, well. I'm not questioning them. I'm just making very poor jokes about, you know, your invisible friends. Which is okay, because I have invisible friends too. Besides, we all believe in different things. I, for one, believe in the Tuatha Danann. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name, but it's what I believe in. The what? It's a Celtic pantheon of it's Celtic gods. Everyone has their own personification of religion. Can you elaborate? I'm not really sure how else I can say it except like it's just Celtic gods. You know, like Greek gods, but for the Celts. Well, I could do... I should probably do hers, shouldn't I? Actually, let me unlock all of them. So, Slothy.
You feeling okay? We've been traveling all over lately, so maybe you've come down with something. That's it. We're getting Baiju to check you over.
Now, Slothy, just as you said to me, don't question your religious views. Don't question mine. Otherwise, you're inviting me to question yours. So, you receive what you give. And if what you give is in fact very rude, I can guarantee you will receive rudeness tenfold. Anyway, I think I'm gonna do the flower one first. You know, I forgot that that was gonna be a thing over here. By the way, you're very lucky that Jester is not here right now. Otherwise, Otherwise, they would rip you a new one. So, just a fair warning. Anyways. Ah, it's Tainari. Wait, it's not the old voice actor, is it? Okay, Slothy, this is gonna be my second warning to you. Please stop talking about that. Otherwise, I will kick you. Which I know is your plan, by the way. I know this is like some convoluted scheme of yours to like get yourself banned or something. And believe me, I will do it. Here we go. Please be.
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film. You can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again, the loss will have to come out of his food expenses.
Sorry, guys. I do want to get artifacts, but also I don't want to do farming stream yet.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh dear. They forgot to change the voice actors.
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port Ormos?
Please tell me they changed the voice actor for this.
We didn't have anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But, what's with all the flowers around here?
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants from all over TEYVAT, so I came to help out.
Oh wait, no, they did change the voice actor for Tainari. Okay, that's good.
The exhibition includes flowers from every corner
That
of
was
the
going to be
world,
the old one.
each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator
It's
commissioned
still,
a flower
it's
pot
still
from
Greg
Kasharawa,
Heffley. Good.
capable of retaining heat and moisture. Even so, an expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Where is my... Give me a second. I appreciate you, Slothy. I really do. But listen, this is what I believe in. People have different beliefs. There are people out there who don't believe in this stuff. There are people out there who call us both crazy. But the fact of the matter is that this conversation is over. So let's move on before Jester gets back, please. Great, now I have to warn Jester that this conversation... No, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Listen, we will both have a terrible time. So please, let's just drop this conversation.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Yo, Sanjay, what the hell?
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the food expenses. Apologies, Traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon like that! Paimon is super careful about what she eats!
I mean, you do realize that you don't have to be that religious to go to the good place, right? I tell you this with love. Oh, I believe you. I believe you. But the thing is that just as I'm not trying to force you into what I believe in, I kindly ask that you don't try to force me into what you believe in. I do. Just like I believe in every other like religious being. I think they all existed. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with believing that everything exists? That makes this world fun. I'm not forcing you, I'm warning you. Well, I mean, you're telling this to a guy who was basically a Mormon, so don't know what to tell you. I don't. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to be depressed today. I thank you though.
Well, looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime.
Floral debt, blood due. That's the problem with believing in everything? What, that it's not what, that it's more fun? that it makes this depressing world more fun? If fun is a sin, I would rather go to hell. You do realize that that was made to control everybody, right? You do realize that that was kind of made to strong-arm people in a sense? Not that I'm trying to, you know... What's the word? I'm not trying to, you know, shoot down your beliefs, and I'm not trying to, you know, make it seem like the commandments are bad. I'm just, you know... That's basically what it is. It's just... It was their sense of control back then. And who knows? I could be wrong. I mean, look, Slothy, it's very clear this conversation is getting us nowhere. We both believe in different things. We both believe we're destined for a good place in both our respects. You believe one thing, I believe another. And that's just how it's going to be. That's how this world is. That's what makes this world beautiful.
Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
And Paimon's about to sneeze.
Huh?
Ah, it's you, the person I never got. Feeling okay?
Paimon's... fine. She's just got a little...
Slothy. Here's a better question. Why are you trying so hard to make me see this? And also, hypothetically, he's not. He's the son of him.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder.
That's what you sound like.
It's getting worse. Why?
Should we go find Tainari?
But, I was fine just a moment ago. She didn't even eat anything weird.
Ah, a moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Okay. Sure.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice! Wait! Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore!
Must have been the incense, thank you.
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either.
Ay, 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 Slothy. Look, if I say I believe you, can we stop this conversation? Please. You know, I woke up today and the first thing that I said to myself is, man, I really hope we don't get into a religious debate. Lo and behold, what do I see on my screen? You have to mean it? Oh. Give me just a second, everyone. Nope, I can't do it from there. Hmm. I just want to stop talking about religion now. Is that okay? It's not fun anymore. Beforehand it was. Now it's not. Yeah, but why would you have to hate me over this? Like this over all the things that you could hate me for? Okay, then we'll just stop. We'll just end it there then. That got progressively unfun. Okay. Anyway, back to the fun game. back to the fun game before I lose my mind.
Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
I know that, and I appreciate you for it.
I suppose that's accurate. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emily, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Paimon is Paimon. Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and this is...
The Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
Although I didn't expect to run into you in Sumeru.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hay fever?
Think so, but I don't know much about it.
To put it
Says Aether.
simply, when inhaled, certain pollens can trigger abnormal physical reactions.
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before and nothing weird happened then.
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but inhaling various types at once can trigger a more overt reaction. But there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Ah, yes, also known as allergy medicine.
Oh, well, that's good.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Is everything all right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air.
Yeah, Paimon was not having a good time, but Emily helped us out.
Emily? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all.
Why did I never get you? Oh yeah, because work was being rude to me at that time.
I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Something like that, yeah.
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
That was an allergic reaction, but Paimon was the victim this time.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering. It makes no sense.
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some
I didn't,
people
you
are
know,
even
had I known
allergic
this was
to
gonna be,
almonds. It's not something you can generalize.
had I known this was gonna be allergen lesson, I would have skipped this one.
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to anything delicious.
You a doctor, Emily?
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the patients I deal with are rather unusual.
In addition to medicine, Emily is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tainari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tainari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
What?
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
The Auguste variety? What's that?
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
It's a shame that they never got the other Paimon to do all the voices yet.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfume Mania?
Not really.
Perfume Mania was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago.
Also, I'm not trying to be banned. Hey man, there are some
It
people
all
out there that
started
try to
when
get themselves
several
banned.
merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market, causing the price of perfumes to skyrocket. The demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take advantage of the soaring price by hoarding them and reselling at even higher margins.
I can't see the time. There we go, that's better.
The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. This resulted in countless disputes and scams. But at the end of the
Gonna
day,
go for a sec?
perfume
Okay.
is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result. In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
That's good. It really could have been a lot worse.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
10 million? Then what about now?
Calm down, Paimon.
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. As a result, no new bottles of Auguste have been made, and the value of the perfume remains exceedingly high.
The flower went extinct?
Indeed. The Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
That is true. How do you expect to find it if it's gone?
Ah, yes. I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in Sumeru. It's causing quite the stir in the Fontaine perfume market.
Oh, sounds pretty scammy.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
It's just a rumor, Paimon.
I have to agree. Emily wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers haven't received any reports of new plant species recently.
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any grand mora making endeavors planned.
What?
Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the prestige, and focus on the beauty of the fragrance itself.
Wow, so noble.
Of course, there's also a more practical reason. In recent years, low-grade counterfeit versions of Auguste have been popping up on the Fontaine perfume market. Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay, that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, Fontaine's perfume market can finally start to get back to normal. Then I'll be
Very
free from
good.
all the stories and added meaning and just focus on making what I like.
That makes sense.
Either way, if it's not for Mora, we can still help you out.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want to trouble you.
Well, you said it yourself. We're both travelers from abroad, so it's only right that we help each other out.
Ha! I suppose you're right. Then you have my thanks.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say. But you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll know something.
I should really check if this actually is the same voice as Greg Heffley, because if it's not, I'm gonna feel so bad.
Huh, I was just about to pay him a visit at the hotel.
Edgar? Who's that?
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's also the most respected and experienced perfumer in the area. Back when he was still working in Fontaine, Auguste was his creation.
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
Why do I get the feeling he's the enemy of this story?
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to teach people from Fontaine? It sounds confusing.
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Anyway, before we continue, I'm gonna quickly just check something really fast. So we had like a little high-pitched voice. Let's see if it's the same voice.
Hi there, I'm Tainari, Forest Watcher of the Avidia Forest.
Okay, yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Yeah, it's him. Just wanted to make sure of that. I didn't want it to be the other guy. The he who shall never be named again. Anyway. Oh, he's up there. Oh, shiza. Shite. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Is that him? Is that Edgar?
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surrounding buildings. They're being used as temporary storage facilities and lodging for exhibition personnel.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that mora back?
Edgar? I'm guessing that's him, the old man.
It's been so long, I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar.
Yeah, it's him. No, he's definitely the bad guy of this story.
Well, you and your brother haven't changed a bit.
Oh, yeah, all this catching up is nice and all, but let's get down to business. We need to talk about Kyria. Is he...
Hold on, we have guests.
We can't talk about that right now. We got some guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily? Is that you? Oh, it's been years. Look at you. You're all grown up. I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine. It would seem the student has surpassed the master.
Has she?
Oh, well, it's all thanks to your mentorship.
Ah, hardly. I taught you the basics. Hearing you call me master, well, I'm not sure I'm deserving of that title. I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years, but I've yet to see one turn out quite as accomplished as you. And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
Ah, they're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Edgar.
Emily's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
I get the feeling that you don't like me as much, sir.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Yeah, sure.
Of course. We're perfume merchants from Fontaine.
That can't be good. That can't be good.
I'm Ood, and this here is my younger brother, Blaze. Edgar and the two of us are old friends. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Yes, that's right. Yes, yes. No, never mind. I take everything back. Edgar's just the poor sap. These two are the bad guys.
Yes.
Merchant Brothers?
But I don't remember Master mentioning you.
You must be here to look for the August flower then.
Huh?
Paimon. Why? Why? Paimon, why?
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of a goose? Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emily. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join in.
Okay. What? I get the feeling that big guy's not gonna like that.
I commissioned a few Eremites to do some scouting for me. They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the August flower.
I think the big guy took it.
That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct. Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, the fragrance smelled exactly like the August they remember from back then.
Huh.
A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
I see.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of August from back then.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, the fragrance of the perfume would have changed over time. Very few perfumes can go decades without a change in scent.
Really?
Auguste is even more prone to that kind of shift. Only a few bottles still exist in Fontaine, and their scent would have completely degraded by now.
So how do they know what it smells like?
Although, could there be a flower out there with a similar fragrance? Or in accord with the same base notes?
Impossible. If a goose were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago. The Auguste flower is back. It has to be.
And how do you know that?
Technically speaking, the scent wouldn't be impossible to imitate.
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of those people mention where the scent was coming from?
Yeah, we're gonna go search for it. I mean, we're gonna go make sure that the rumors are true.
No. By the time they realized they had smelled something, the scent was already gone. If I hadn't asked about it, they probably wouldn't have given the experience a second thought. Compared to things we see and hear, smells can be much easier to overlook.
It almost sounds like someone wearing the Auguste fragrance passed them on the street.
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud. Don't pay me any mind.
Yes, indeed.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. I'll send some more people to investigate. You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Ood, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Oh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
My apologies. All the rooms in the hotel are accounted for, I'm afraid. Most are being used for storage ahead of the exhibition, you see.
That's a shame. I would have loved to look inside.
I managed to tidy up one of the rooms for these two at the last minute, but by the time Emily wrote to me, there was no more space left for her to stay.
Oh, and we just showed up out of the blue. Guess that means there's definitely no space for us.
I should have been more considerate. Here I am with an entire hotel at my disposal and no place to offer you to stay, even after you made the trip all the way to Sumeru.
It's unfortunate, isn't it?
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plant specimens while I'm here in Sumeru.
I'm familiar with the Sumeru wilderness. I'll come with.
Even better. Although, would it be possible for me to leave some of my luggage here? It would be rather cumbersome to take it camping. It shouldn't take up too much space.
Well, about that.
I don't trust it. Seems like Edgar and the others don't want anyone to stay near the hotel, but they're also trying not to arouse suspicion. I'm not just imagining things, am I? Should probably get rid of him.
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for you, as long as you don't mind, mademoiselle.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him.
All right then. Ood, why don't you take Emily inside and find a suitable place for her luggage? I'll prepare some refreshments and join you in a bit.
I don't trust them. I don't trust you.
I'm sorry I couldn't offer you a room.
It's all right, Master. I know it was sudden.
I'll be sure to make it up to you with a nice cup of tea.
Uh-huh. Yep. Sure. Totally trust him. Not shady at all.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers. Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
Do all perfumers have houses filled with flowers?
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants. But to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
What's behind that door?
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other side of the suite. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well? Blaze!
Yes, of course.
Of course, sir. Sorry.
All right, then. Where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch it for you.
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would be the perfect way to repay you for your hospitality.
And they immediately start to feel bad.
How generous. I should thank you on my brother's behalf. You stumbled upon his weakness. He's aloof about most things, but alcohol is his one true love.
Is that so?
Interesting. Amber wine. Now that's a Fontaine specialty I've never heard of before.
Mr. Ood, Mr. Blaze, thanks for...
Hey! What are you doing?
What the fuck? Oh my god. Edgar's getting kidnapped.
That's Master's voice.
Let's go see what's going on. He's vanished. He's gone. He's died. He's gotten hit in the head. Why do I feel like why do I feel like we're about to see his dead body? As you rush out of the hotel, you detect a unique fragrance coming from
Edgar!
outside. What the?
Master!
What the hell happened?
Hey, Edgar, are you all right? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
What? Oh! What the hell happened? He like overloaded his senses.
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar? Edgar!
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can...
We'll try to see where the culprit went.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we gotta go catch this mother effer. Poor guy.
Skin is flushed, pupils are dilated, but he's still breathing.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen like a crime committed with perfume before.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle?
Only a small amount of liquid is left inside the bottle, and streaks of residue can be seen on both the mouth and sides of the vessel. It seems like someone forcibly poured out whatever was inside the bottle. I have a feeling...
Oh, really? You think so?
Yeah, I have a feeling that somebody tried to overstimulate his senses. The flower bed.
Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked Edgar?
There are no footprints in the flower beds, and it doesn't look like any of the branches or leaves have been disturbed. Unless the culprit was your size, that would be pretty difficult.
True.
Hey, fellers! What do you think of this?
I checked. It doesn't look like anyone passed through here.
Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wings and fly away.
That kid?
Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could have just disappeared into thin air.
Hey, buddy, here's a bit of advice from me. If you want to make sure that you're not the one getting thrown in jail, maybe you should work with me instead of trying to hide the secret.
Well, we looked all over, but the only clue we found was that bottle.
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treating Master. Can you help me move him inside?
Absolutely. You and Emily carefully move Edgar inside as he's groaning for life. Like a zombie.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was most likely forced to ingest a certain liquid.
Oh, you mean like the bottle outside?
He's still unconscious, and inducing vomiting could obstruct his airways. We'll have to look into other clues for now.
We found this bottle just now.
Ah, yes. The scent is the same, but the chemical composition is still unclear. We'll have to do further tests to determine if it's the same liquid and how toxic it is to the human body. But first, I do believe there are 2 people who could shed some light on the situation.
Yeah, good luck getting them to talk.
Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucien.
How do you know our names?
Wait, you know...
Hey,
You know who we are? Shit.
were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we'd never heard of those names before.
Sir, the jig is up. The jig is up.
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people in total. The perfumer, Edgar, the one thrust into the limelight, and 3 others. A researcher from Sumeru responsible for cultivating the Auguste flower, and 2 merchant brothers responsible for promoting the product on the market. The 2 brothers capitalized on the mythos surrounding Auguste. Their actions lured in numerous speculators and profiteers, inflating the price of Auguste even further.
Well, shit, she's got us.
In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of Meripede for falsifying their accounts and destabilizing the market. If you do the math, they should be out of prison by now.
Case in point, looks at you 2, and they just both look at each other like, well, shit.
And what does that have to do with us? There are countless merchant families in Fontaine. You gonna accuse them of being criminals too?
Yeah, sure.
Every time your brother called you Blaze, it took you several seconds to respond. But when I called you Lucien just now, the name registered immediately.
Oh, shit. She's got us, boss. Well, I do say, pulls that collar. Well, I do declare.
Ah, Miss Emily, out of respect for your position as a famous perfumer in Fontaine, I'm inclined to believe that was simply a poor attempt at humor.
No, it's true. It's the truth.
You have a bright future ahead of you. You wouldn't want to develop a reputation as someone who throws around false accusations, especially among merchant circles.
Yeah, I could say the same for you.
You claim to be regular perfume merchants, and yet, when I brought up amber wine, you took it to be alcohol.
Huh?
What?
Huh? Wait, that's not wine? What? Why do you put the... Why do you put the word wine in there, then?
Amber wine is a perfume I created several years ago. It wasn't particularly renowned, but I'm certain any respectable perfume merchant in Fontaine would know of it.
Oh, shit.
Unless Until recently, they were living somewhere completely cut off from the perfume world. Somewhere like the Fortress of Meripede, perhaps?
Well, I mean, I can certainly try to decline it, but
Emily, you little.
don't even think about it. If you know my reputation, I fought dragons, I've fought literal gods. I brought my sword in. Just so you know, I can kick your ass 10 times over.
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this up to criticize you. No matter what happened all those years ago, the court has already passed its judgment. But Master's life is in danger. We need to learn whatever we can about the person who has done this. If Master's attack had something to do with Auguste, I would imagine the two of you might also be in danger.
Oh, shit.
So I'd like to trouble you for some information, if I may. Tell me about Kyria.
Shit, she's right. Damn it. I hate it when people are right.
Fine, as you wish.
Sylvain,
Lucian, listen, she's got us on a leash.
Lucian, if this will help us find Kyria, then it will be all worth it. Besides, we've already told most of the stuff to the Maison orderly anyway. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us at the beginning. Myself, Lucian, Edgar, and a researcher from Sumeru in charge of flower cultivation, Vijava.
Vijava?
Sometime down the road, the Marechaussee Phantom came knocking, saddled us with a list of accusations, and started looking into our books. Oh, they did their meddling, and my brother Edgar and I were forced to serve time in the fortress as a result.
Really? Is Edgar too?
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up in Sumeru?
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind him. Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. He stopped making new perfumes and focused on introducing students to the craft instead.
Oh, that's sweet of him.
That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
It was unfortunate, really.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
What?
Damn, she really went down with the ship.
sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
Well, because so far Kyria's name still hasn't come up.
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you two seem quite familiar with him.
Shit. Well... Shit. Might as well tell him.
Kyria was Vijava's younger brother. He was just a clueless kid back then. Somewhere in his teens, I think. He helped his sister with her work sometimes, but that was pretty much it. He didn't have any idea what we were doing.
Yeah, it was actually kind of surprising, really.
Vijava kept him close most of the time. The 3 of us were probably the only ones who even knew she had a brother. After our operation was compromised, he disappeared. There were no signs of him until recently, when people started saying the Auguste flower had reappeared in Sumeru.
And of course, like like moths to a flame, we were drawn to it.
So, you think Kyria took something with him back then? Something that allowed him to reproduce the Auguste flower?
Vijava doted on the kid like you wouldn't believe. She even told us to give her cut to her brother if anything happened to her.
But holy hell, we just couldn't do it.
If she left something behind before she died, believe me, Kyria's the one that has it.
Okay, so why would he give it to you? The people who blame the people he blames for his sister's death. Why would he do that?
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to replicate the perfume itself.
Okay, but why does it make people go pass out?
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste is poison?
Poison? No, no. Of course not. No perfume is meant to be ingested. Even small amounts can be dangerous, let alone ingesting a whole bottle at once.
Okay.
If Auguste could be considered a poison, we wouldn't have even sold half a bottle back then. Edgar fell unconscious because Kyria forced him to drink perfume. It just happened to be Auguste.
Okay. That doesn't answer my question, though. Is it bad? Strange. Sylvain seems nervous all of a sudden. Why did Kyria attack Edgar?
He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea why she did all that. We're not looking for Kyria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And, if possible, work together to bring back Auguste.
But I feel like there's a but in here.
We only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. It had nothing to do with the product itself.
Uh-huh. Ah, yes. Tamui, your time has come. Your time has come, Tamui. Please excuse me as I find a way to get rid of you. Actually, hold that thought for just a second. Hold that thought. One minute. Melody, you here? Perfect. Can you do me a huge favor? No, that's the warning. There we go. Thank you. That's better. Sorry, folks. Had to take care of that for a minute. Don't mention it.
As long as we keep things honest this time around, bringing the product back to market would almost be like honoring his sister's memory.
I feel like you guys are not telling me something. And I feel like it has something to do with the fact that you did try to poison somebody with it.
So that's why you never mentioned Kyria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just looking out for the kid.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, that's all we know. if you're looking for information on what's in a goose, or what to do if you ingest it, there are only two people to ask. Edgar or Kyria himself.
Okay. You realize if we go ask him, he's probably going to tell us something else, right?
Well, at least we're able to say for certain that the substance Edgar ingested was in fact a goose. That gives us a direction for further testing. Well then, I'd say that was a very enlightening discussion.
Except it wasn't.
Well, glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and rest a bit. With everything that's happened, there are things that need reconsidering.
Like the kid. We're going to kill him ourselves.
Of course.
Like the kid. We're going to kill him ourselves if we ever get our hands on him, on his scrawny little neck. They're still hiding something, by the way.
Oh, you think so too? That does seem to be the case. Pity we don't have more evidence.
Yeah, it's a shame, ain't it?
But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now, I suspect further questioning will only result in more made-up answers.
Yeah, but why would they lie?
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius!
Are you really just a perfumer who looks after people in your spare time?
Oh, right. Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that your patients were unusual.
You a therapist?
Oh yes, that's because most of the patients I encounter are already dead.
What? Wait, hold on, huh?
So you're a forensic doctor?
Close. I'm actually a forensic cleaner. Once the forensic team and the Marechaussee Phantom are done collecting evidence from the scene, I'm in charge of clearing away the final traces my patients leave on the world.
What? Damn, lady.
In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, the same tincture used as the base of perfume can also be made into a cleaning agent.
Huh.
Basically, there are two sides to forensics. Those who collect evidence to expose the truth, and those who clean up the smells, bloodstains, and other substances left behind at the scene. I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back to Tainari and the officers at Port Ormos? We should update them on the situation.
Will do.
I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now that we have a sample of Auguste, I'm hoping further analysis won't be too difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
The end of our legacy.
That's not even fair. Come on. That's not even fair. I didn't even fall that far. Come on. That doesn't raise up health. What raises up health? Wait, what does the star mean? There we go.
Exploration and
That's
trials.
survivable.
Adventuring is right up my alley.
Tainari! It's bad. Tainari, we got a problem. Tainari,
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
my guy, Edgar's dead. You explain everything. Edgar's dead.
What? Edgar was attacked.
The fuck? Under my supervision? Oh, hell no.
He's the most famous perfumer in the region. Someone who's helped countless people around Port Ormos. How could this happen?
It's inconceivable.
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicious individual fleeing through the bazaar?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'm sure someone's seen Kyria. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get away.
Not this time. My name ain't Sheriff.
What about you, Tainari? Do you have a plan?
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and I doubt Emily needs my help looking after Mr. Edgar.
Uh-huh, maybe you can help us find him.
But she said she's not a real doctor.
Then she was far too modest. She may not be a doctor by trade, but she has a deeper understanding of human anatomy and pharmacology than most scholars from the Amorta Darshan.
Damn.
Not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's condition is related to perfume. Emily is certainly in the best position to help him.
Okay, cool. What are you gonna do then?
As for me, I'll head to the academia and see what I can learn about Vijava and Kirya.
Oh, that's right. Vijava was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
Yeah, do you know anything?
From Emily's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are plenty of graduates who choose to pursue a career outside their darshan. I didn't have time to look into it earlier, but now it seems like Vijava's past could be critical to getting to the bottom of what happened to Mr. Edgar.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me investigate. With any luck, we'll have news to share by tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna call your buddy Sino? You gonna call your boyfriend?
I'll leave you and Emily to watch over things here in Port Ormos.
Say hi to your boyfriend for me. So now what? Now I gotta wait until the next day, huh? Man, I really wish the directional keypads would work and not just, you know, be weird like that. Oops, I didn't mean to poke that. Na, 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 na. Perfect.
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari's discovered anything. But
Where are we going? Oops. I guess we're going back upstairs. Hey, it's Emily. How's she doing? How's it going, Ems? Oh, you look...
Emily!
Hey, how's Edgar?
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon.
Perfect. He's not gonna die.
My chemical analysis of a goose also went smoothly, although it certainly raised some questions.
Good questions. That's not good. Is it actually a poison?
I was able to identify the components that give the substance its fragrance, but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Oh, that's not great.
Elemental energy?
Didn't that have an effect on the body?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tainari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
Yeah, did he come and see you?
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since. The message said he was looking into some information at the academia.
That's not good.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by to see you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emily here?
Kale!
Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon, you're here too!
And it's such a shame that you guys aren't coming back until the next update. I miss all of you.
Kale. Ah, of course. Tainari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. And please, no need for formalities. Emily is just fine.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss, Emily. Did Tainari send you here, Kale?
Yeah, did he say... You can tell us, it's okay.
Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night, and still haven't had a chance to rest. I'm fast on my feet, so it only made sense for me to come and give you an update. Anyway, based on what they've reviewed so far, they believe there's no indication that a researcher by the name of Vijava ever passed through the academia.
Could it have been an alias?
Master considered that possibility as well, but the name wasn't the only dead end. Master tried to track down people with a similar research direction or background, but also couldn't find a match.
That's weird. It's almost like they never existed.
How is that possible?
Maybe her identity as a researcher from Sumeru was a ruse all along.
It's starting to seem very likely. If we want to figure out her true identity, I'm afraid another conversation with those two merchants might be our only...
They're not gonna want to talk to us.
Hey!
He's dead! He's come! Curious, come for him.
Lucian!
That voice, it's Sylvain!
Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Curio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would have seen them.
Let's go inside and check. That can't be good. You rush into the hallway and head for Lucian's room. You try to
It's
enter.
locked?
I'll try to break it down. Bam!
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Wake up!
Oh god, it happened again! Is he gonna be okay?
Emily, Emily, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right? He's just unconscious. Like what happened to Edgar?
Dude, if it turns out that you did this to him, you are a one messed up man.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain, but we were too late this time.
Oh my god, if it turns out Sylvain did this to him, he's gonna be a really effed up brother.
No, no, that's not possible.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door? It's not good for him to look at his brother's body like this.
Of course. Leave it to me.
I'll notify the sheriff that something happened again.
Thank you both.
I get the feeling Kiria's dead and that the guy that the guy right in front of us is Kiria.
Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here, take my hand. Nice and slow.
My brother, my poor
We'll
boy.
take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Why did this happen? Why did this happen to me? Why? How could this have happened? I'm gonna be so mad at him if it turns out he did this.
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self.
No, I think he did it.
He may have made some bad decisions in life, but right now, Paimon can't help but feel sorry for him.
I wouldn't.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally painful.
I'm gonna feel extremely bad if it turns out he's not the bad guy.
All the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship and triumph they endured together, are now memories he has to carry alone.
Maybe that's what Kiria wanted.
If Curia really was behind this, then what exactly did he do to Lucian?
I don't know, probably the same thing.
Lucian can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the scene. I'll leave you to contact the sheriff.
Yeah, sure. Great idea. I'll definitely leave you behind. Some time passes and Sheriff Shyam rushes to the
Who
scene.
would have thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens.
Shit, man. I'm not making any progress as a sheriff today.
Miss Emily, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Please tell me.
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find out more.
Then, would you mind helping us investigate? before he left, Tainari said we could trust your judgment if something like this were to happen.
Tainari pretty much called it. I'm going to say it.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us.
Hang on, why is there an incense right there? Hold on a second. That seems suspicious right off the bat. That's a weird incense. The incense slowly rising into the air. It seems familiar somehow. Door. This door leads to the hallway. The lock broke when we forced our way in. The door was probably locked last night.
And the windows are shut tight too. Seems like the only way to get in would have been through Sylvain's room.
Yeah, it's almost like Sylvain did it. Curious. Flowers. Corners are filled with flowers from different nations. The fragrance is incredibly strong. Luggage. This bag is stuffed with clothes and other daily necessities. It's quite heavy. What's in here? The cabinet. The space inside the cabinet is divided into various compartments. It doesn't look like a person could hide in there. No, that couldn't be it.
Looks like we've investigated as much as we can. Let's go report back to Emily and Shiam.
My guy, there's an incense right there. That's weird right off the bat. How's it going? What'd you find out?
So, did you find anything?
There are no signs of forced entry. The only way in would have been through Sylvain's room.
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
You're drawing it? Yeah, it's almost like Sylvain came in and killed his own brother, huh?
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who...
It's unfortunately very highly likely, and if that's the case, he's a really messed up individual.
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Emily, have you ever heard of the term that serial killers can charm their way out of anything? He's been to prison. I'm pretty sure he's capable of it.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available witness. We have to take his statement.
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
With Sylvain. Yeah, great idea. Sylvain, you're gonna hate us. We've tried everything. You're the only one who can save us now. You enter Sylvain's room. He looks much calmer.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful.
Okay.
We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
Oh dear.
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room.
Damn.
No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body. What kind of cause of death are we dealing with here?
Is there such a thing as a smell that can kill people?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated, and his skin was flushed. Very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a ghost.
Uh-oh.
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night.
Just one night? So you're saying prolonged exposure is dangerous?
No, that's not what I meant.
Sylvain, your brother's fucking dead. I feel like you should say something if you know something.
Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on. Tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
Huh. See? A ghost is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
I feel like there's a but.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Oh shit. Edgar.
Master!
Don't get your hands off of me.
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emily, I'm out of the woods for now.
For now? What, you're gonna die still?
Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Please!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No. He would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Yelena? Fucking, you idiot. You told them her name was Vijava, didn't you? You stupid son of a bitch. How dare you lie to them like this? My own student and a guy who can kick our asses to Natlan and back.
That's Vijava's real name. Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
Oh, that explains everything.
Oh, Fatus.
Well, shit.
The Fatui. Well, that means the elemental energy present in Auguste was...
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain, looks like there's truly no reason to hide things now.
Damn it. Damn it, Edgar.
Oh.
Damn you to hell, Edgar.
The Auguste flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
A delusion?
Yeah, that explains everything. Delusions pretty much do kill people.
The Fatui, delusions... I never would have thought Auguste was hiding this many secrets.
Born of a delusion, Auguste contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
Including ingesting it.
That's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here.
I do owe them.
At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower, but no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it was a very long day and a long time ago.
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about Auguste being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating. The impact was practically negligible. Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning in Fontaine.
However,
But even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime.
the divine and noble Auguste originated from a delusion. If the truth came out, the market for your product would be destroyed.
That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kyria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, Auguste. If the Marechaussee Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meripede for life.
With your brother, who's now dead, by the way.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru would put a target on my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucian would still be alive.
Yeah, that's the only thing I kind of feel bad for, actually. I kind of thought you killed him, actually. But no, it just turns out you're a very unfortunate antagonist.
All these years without any sign of Kyria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after. Auguste was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
So there's bad blood between you.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too? A way to destroy evidence?
I don't know.
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the products circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Mara Chaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed.
So what, you killed her? Is that what you're about to tell us?
Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
Okay, so you were planning to kill her, but she killed herself instead.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself. Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
Sylvain?
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning.
Oh, okay, enlighten us.
Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kyria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death.
Well, guess what? He followed in her footsteps anyway.
After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further. There were times when she couldn't even walk.
Damn.
So she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine. The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion.
So yeah, the only possible conclusion would have been to kill herself then.
So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kyria was free to take the Mora and run.
But he didn't.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. We just didn't realize she meant our cut as well. That's why Lucian and I were searching for Kyria, to take back our Mora and the Auguste flower. We just didn't realize Kyria was baiting us the whole time. It was all a trap.
But now, unfortunately, we have a serial killer on our hands.
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
Yeah, like, are you hiding anything else from us?
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death.
Oh.
Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kyria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his revenge.
Oh, Paimon, you sweet, innocent little child. That's not how this works.
I'm not so sure.
Even Colleen knows.
Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate a ghost, or something like that.
Even Colleen knows.
It's hard to pull yourself out of that kind of hatred, especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Very true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Damn, Edgar.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
What did you do?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did?
That is true, actually. Do you think if maybe you didn't decide to go on this path, do you think she would still be alive today, is what he's asking?
If we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. Maybe it was for her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us.
Okay, Sylvain, calm down.
We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucian? He was just following my orders. Lucian's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
Why do I feel like Lucian's the one that killed her his sister? You never understood it.
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
Now wait a second, you just told me.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
I've lost the only person I ever cared about.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
What's gonna happen?
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. In any case, we won't really know anything until tomorrow.
What about Kyria?
With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
But what about somebody coming in to kill you?
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not. I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm sure he also has some goodbyes of his own.
My poor brother.
Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, all right. I'll talk to the Academia.
Damn.
No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
Damn.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
So what about Kyria? But if we wait until tomorrow, doesn't that mean something could still happen tonight?
Happen tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kyria might try to finish what he started?
Yeah, because he wants them dead.
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act. If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stop him.
Not if I stay here.
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation?
Desperation?
If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose, we might finally have the chance to talk to him.
Master, no. That's too dangerous.
I mean, not if we station ourselves here.
So, that's your plan. If Kyria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Are you actually afraid of him, you little bitch?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our fortune. There's no way I'm letting him get away with it. Not after what he did to Lucian.
You know what? Fair, but don't kill him.
As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Sylvain are leaving tomorrow. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our chance of success would be even higher.
Oh, don't worry. It would be a total success, actually.
I still have some reservations. But if you insist on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
We can help stand guard.
I'll also keep watch.
Although I think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If Kyria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn back. And besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using Auguste on everybody?
Damn, he's wow, he is becoming a serial killer.
If that were to happen, everyone's standing guard. Even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You poor old man.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old bag of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
Is he about to die?
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep watch later. Right now, I say we split up, start spreading that information before it's too late.
Good idea. With everyone's help, the news about Auguste as well as Edgar and Sylvain's impending departure begins to spread. And thus, Kyria goes, well, this is my only chance to kill them both. Might as well take it. Is that him? Is that Kyria? Oh my god, it is him.
Heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
No, never mind. They're just all spreading
He
words.
taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
Oh, hello there. Hello. How are you?
Oh, everyone on the street is talking about the rumors. No matter where Kyrie is hiding, he must have heard them by now. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can see how the other preparations are going while we're at it.
It turns out he's coming in right now. Kyria, I'm about to catch you in the act, ain't I? Who's that? Is that Emily? Hey guys, how's it going?
Emily, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the night watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here, I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
Was it that obvious?
I mean, you're not exactly hiding it, kid.
You seem very preoccupied with Kyria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh,
Hey, Emily, Kale. Oh, are we interrupting something?
No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway.
Aw.
I've just been thinking. If Kiria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucien last night? There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way. Don't you think? When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucien died, and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized.
Right.
Maybe Kiria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge.
So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
And when that didn't work, yeah, he had to kill the big guy.
Based on what we've heard about Kiria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred?
No, I wouldn't.
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
I mean, hey, emotions are a crazy thing. You can feel hate for somebody for, like, years. But at that point, I feel like it would be like a grudge more so than hate.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature.
That's true.
In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now.
Damn, Emily.
Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones. But getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment.
True.
Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally.
This is true. I know a couple people that are like this. Some of them I don't talk to anymore. But it does get to a point where, you know, you try to think rationally and you just can't. Especially when those kind of emotions take hold, like really hard hold.
So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions? Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach.
Also true. Also true.
I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
Kind of wish I did get you now. Kind of wish I did I'm wishing I tried harder for your thing now.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kiria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
Yeah.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough not to have suffered that kind of loss. But that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late.
Oh, you mean like right now? When he's already killed somebody?
I understand Kiria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kiria. They all deserve to survive.
We are but human.
Huh. The fortunate and the unfortunate.
Oh, my heart. Damn. Is he about to sacrifice himself, this foolish old man? back inside, crazy.
Emily, Traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two. Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
Yeah, what are you doing?
A little exercise never hurt anyone. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
No, you can't.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow. I'll be happy to entrust their care to you.
This dude is about to die. You can hear it in his voice. He is not gonna make it.
I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
Oh, Sham.
The Night Watch. You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room.
You mean Lucian's?
Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, Traveler, and Emily's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
Fine with me. What about you, Emily?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
Well, let's catch us a perfumed serial killer, why don't we? Time to catch us a killer that uses perfume to kill people. I've never heard of that before. I might actually have to incorporate that into a story myself. All right.
Shouldn't you be standing guard in the room next door? I would hate for Kyria to notice you here, an abandoned ship.
Okay. Not a problem. I'll be in the next room over. He's probably going to notice that we're in the room, though. Let's see. You wait in Lucian's room for a long time.
Huh. Not a peep. Has Kyria given up on his revenge?
No. He's already Sylvain's dead. Sylvain's already dead, dude.
Guess we'll have to keep at it.
The night deepens as the time passes. He's already dead, dude.
Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Or he's dead. I'm back. Hello.
Perhaps Kyria's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes.
No, he's dead. Sylvain's dead.
No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
And he's already killed Lucian, so there's no stopping there.
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Oh, you mean like the fact that he's probably dead?
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
We can't abandon our post, and there's nothing here we can use to make tea.
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers.
The flowers, of course.
Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Because they don't bloom during the day, they only bloom at night.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
He's dead. He's already
Wait,
dead.
What?
He's already dead. Emily, a strange floral fragrance saturates the room. Sylvain lies unmoving, already fully unconscious and dying. and just dying.
Hey, did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and now this.
Damn.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
It's almost like he's working amongst us.
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit?
No.
I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
That means now. Oh, murder. Yeah, there's been a murder. So I've learned that you can kill people with smells. This old man is about to fucking die, dude.
I suppose I'm next.
Emily.
You don't know that. Kiria already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You're telling me Sylvain's dead?
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emily. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
I get the feeling this old man is... What?
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then.
Damn, Edgar. You about to die. It's so sad.
I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets.
This man is about to die.
But Kiria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now, his enemies are too.
He's gonna die.
It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
Eddie, buddy.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kiria himself once we finally catch him.
We're never... Lady, we're... Emily, we're never going to catch him, let's be real.
Well, I hope it all goes well.
We're never gonna catch him, let's be honest.
Emily, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now.
I don't think so.
But so many flowers were transported here for the show. Some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kiria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them.
I just can't believe Sylvain's actually dead. I would have thought he lived.
I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
And here comes Kiria.
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
Oh, you sound suspiciously better.
I'm sorry, Master.
All right, Kiria, come on out. If I know you're there. I know you're there, bastard. Come on. This poor old man. You kept the damn bottle that almost killed you? Why would you do that? Meanwhile, in Sylvain's room, the guy who's apparently dead, I guess.
Another all-nighter. I'm unsure hopes Emily's plan will go well.
He's actually dead. Unbelievable.
Kali still looks quite worried. Let's go talk to her.
Oh, there's another incense thing here. That's weird.
Emily still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
She's extremely meticulous.
Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on.
I don't know either.
After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
It's pretty simple, actually.
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time.
I feel like you've been waiting to say that for a while.
Let's go. We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
In the incense. It's been here the whole time. Emily checked last night. Turns out it's spirit borneal.
Wasn't this incense originally in Lucien's room? It must have been moved here before nightfall yesterday.
What? Wait, it's Spirit Borneal. Oh. So then where's the... Oh, the glaze lilies. Swaying gently, its petals close. There's a ring of moisture around the rim of the flowers. It feels sticky to the touch. He put it in the flowers?
The glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
Oh no. Zhongli, Madam Ping ain't gonna like that.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back.
How'd it go?
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelitpala lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neelitpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kiria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an Agus sample.
Okay, daubed it on the outside of the
If
petals.
applied to the outside, you would still be able to smell a goose, even in the daytime.
Okay.
There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I recognize. If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then, in the daytime, the glaze lily would act almost like a hidden container.
That's right.
Huh.
He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together and enclosed a sample of Agus in the center.
Oh my god, he really is just a murderer. He doesn't... Are we sure he deserves to survive, Emily?
That way, the Agus would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious. However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the Agus trapped inside.
And Kiria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
So all he had to do was just wait for his time bomb.
By the next morning, the sample of Agus would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
And his mission would be accomplished.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of a goose is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man?
Why the hell are we in here then?
And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because Agus is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic to the stuff?
No.
That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kiria found a way to ensure that they would be.
Sad, poor souls. Yeah, I know.
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of Spirit Borneal.
Huh.
In Sumeru, scholars use Spirit Borneal to aid meditation and stimulate their connection to the Dendro Archon.
It can't be that.
Alchemically produced essential oils, the primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
And Kiria chose Spirit Borneal, which connects you to Dendro.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru.
Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
It's a shame.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers are pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a coincidence.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
It was all meticulously designed. Wait, no, Edgar. Hold on a second. Did Edgar? Hang on. Is Edgar Kiria?
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel.
He probably used the Mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free.
Huh.
But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark. But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kiria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit.
He's had this plan from the start.
But because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
Edgar.
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily.
Wait
Setting
a
up the
minute.
spirit borneal in advance. And arranging for Sylvain and Lucien to stay at the hotel.
But that means that Edgar's been
It all
dead this
points to
entire
one
time.
person. The expert in charge of the entire exhibition.
But that means Edgar's been dead this whole time.
The Mora spent to rent out the hotel. The way the Auguste flower was cultivated. The method used to disguise his appearance. It all points to one person. The boy.
But that, again, that means that Edgar died a long time ago. That means Edgar's been dead this whole time.
Kiria and Edgar are one and the same.
But Kiryu was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now.
Yeah, and plus that would mean Edgar's been dead this whole time.
Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that long without giving anything away, it would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
Are we sure?
What?
Are we sure?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone.
Oh my god, he really is just Edgar. But that, again, that means that Edgar's dead. He's been dead for a while now.
Do you think Kiria kidnapped him?
No, I think Edgar died a long time ago.
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It's very possible.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
What? What are you talking about now?
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
Suicide.
But why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
Because they want... Here, hey, Sham, have you ever heard of the term murder-suicide before? It's a weird thing that some killers do when they think they've accomplished something. Sometimes.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death...
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die...
Oh no. He blames himself.
Then there's still one target left.
Him. Himself. Shit. But then why kill Sylvain after that?
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
But why? Why kill Sylvain after learning the truth? I feel like after that he would just kind of be like, oh, okay. Well, time to jump into the ocean, I guess.
Where in the world did he go?
That guy looks terrified. Let's ask him.
Ghost! It's a ghost!
Is it?
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me.
Yeah, you can tell from the guy cowering in the corner over there.
How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
Well, it doesn't. That's just the thing. It don't happen, Barra.
How could...
It doesn't. That's your answer. Hey, man. How you doing? Oh, he really did just...
terrifying.
This is terrifying. Which way would he have gone? This way?
Don't come any closer!
Carrier, wait! Carrier, wait a minute! Don't do it!
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any witnesses.
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago.
What are you, a bloodhound?
It's this way. Please, follow me.
I'll laugh if he made friends with an Aranaka. I'll also laugh if that Aranaka has just been really unawares of what he's been doing. Is that... Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, ow! Get me out of here. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, you missed a lot, Jester. You missed a lot. But it's okay.
Phew.
We're about to capture him. I hope. Kiria?
The scent is getting stronger. This must be the place.
Ah, yes. The secret garden of Auguste. You are not necessary for this. But now the question becomes, which one of you is necessary? Hold on a second. Yeah, you.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
We'll be fine. We'll live. Right.
Oh! O's!
What? Oh!
Are you all right? Were you attacked?
I'm dying.
No, I'm all right. I was just chasing after that figure, and then all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Uh-oh.
Let me take a look.
It's delusion poison.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, it's hard to breathe.
It's a delusion.
This feeling. I've encountered it before.
Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment. A bit of rest would do you some good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume.
Hey yo, hope you're doing well. You have such a pretty decent channel, and I have some coolest ideas for that. Oh dear. I will keep you in mind, Lucia. Thank you for joining us on this YouTube.
He's a good man. I can't just abandon him to die by Curia's hand.
Oh, you poor unfortunate soul. You have no idea.
O's, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Kiria are the same person.
But how is that possible? I thought you said Kiria was in his 30s.
Oh, trust me, I'm pretty sure Edgar died a long-ass time ago.
Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself.
A delusion.
Kiria used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
Damn, he's been looking at us this whole time.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
Are you sure?
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru?
Holy crap, he killed him a long ass time ago. He killed him when he was like 3.
I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Kyria killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison. While Edgar was incarcerated, Kyria started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real Edgar's demise.
But...
The new
Wow.
Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students. But these decisions were all for a specific purpose: the need to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed: Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Damn. He was clever, but not clever enough.
As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even worth it?
No. To him, maybe, but no.
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
No, you need rest.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
Yeah, what you really need is to, you know, not chase him anymore.
No, I can keep going.
Dude, go back. Retreat, now.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly. I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest. I'm sure Kyria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent people implicated in all this.
Yeah, Edgar died a long time
College
ago.
Ring. The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy. In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to us.
Yeah, watch Nod Crave, like, undo all of that.
Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble you, but we need people to survey the perimeter.
Please. Please?
Thanks. Hear that? We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
Got it.
Damn it.
Traveler, Emily, Paimon, please be careful. For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Oh, he'll probably kill himself.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. Not for us or for Kyria. We're not going to let a goose kill anyone else. It's time for the mythos to fade into obscurity.
He'll probably try to kill himself if I'm gonna be real. Ah, yes. Kyria! Time to face the music, buddy.
Monsters? Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
Try and stop me!
Time to burn him. Investigate the flower.
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
Okay. Ah, yes. We formed a bridge. Forward. I now regret never getting this person. Her story is really interesting. Kyria!
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers!
That's a goose?
There are so many of them. I can't believe a single person did all this. Must have taken a lot of time.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost. Not just time, but the time you have left to live.
But why would Kyria need this many Auguste flowers?
To kill us?
He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste.
Oh, he felt terrible, didn't he? What do you mean?
Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land. But Kyria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else.
I see.
For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
So he wants to replicate what his sister did? Damn. That's actually kind of depressing. He wants to go up in a blaze of glory, literally. Like his dear older sister. Kyria! He's not in there. Kyria! Kyria? Kyria! Where are you? Ah, yes, more of these.
Rev the engines!
Time to burn you guys too.
Light of the blazing sun!
Kabam. Oh! Ow.
Not bad.
Full throttle!
Oh, that's a lot of you.
little ambiance.
Wrath from the sky!
We never stood a chance.
Incinerate!
I'm afraid. Okay. Another one of these. But now where does it go? Keep going. Keep going.
A plant that destroys seeds. Huh. Quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
This might take a minute. So what am I supposed to do then? Okay. Oh. Damn it, what the what am I supposed to do then? Come on. Yeah. Move forward. Wait. Am I supposed to hit it? I might actually have to hit this thing with it. No. What? Huh? What? Why did it just fly off like that? What the hell? Kyria, your puzzle's bullshit. Oh. Wait. Oh. Okay. I've managed. Oh. Somehow I managed that. I won't question it.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Oh, thank God. We won't have to do this for much longer. Kyria, don't do it. Don't do it. Stop.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast?
Doesn't matter, they're gonna see me burning alive in a minute.
No. My strength is just waning.
My poor eyesight. Unfortunate that I had to go like this.
But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
He's gonna kill himself. He's actually gonna kill himself. Oh my God, he actually did. He's doing it. We're seeing it live right now. Hey.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena?
My sister? I'm very disappointed in you, Kyria.
Yelena!
I'm very disappointed in you. Why did you do this? I tried to give you a life beyond this, and you literally did the exact same thing I did. What is wrong with you?
You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood.
Then why did you do it again, idiot?
The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you.
He's dying right in front of us as he's saying this.
I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier.
He's like just laying there, just looking up at the ceiling, muttering to himself.
I should have died with you that day.
Do you really believe that, you stupid bastard?
Yelena?
Get away! You are an idiot.
Yelena!
You're supposed to live, dumbass. I did this so you could live.
No. Don't leave me. Please.
Bye, Kyria. It was nice seeing you again. And he leaves, and he lives yet again. At this point, it's just her making him stay alive.
Yelena!
Damn it, why did you...
Emily?
Damn it, why did you let me live again? Shit!
I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena. We were together.
I don't know what happened, but oof.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No. The amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been enough.
I'm sorry to say this, but that was fake.
Fake? But how?
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind, to create a perfect accord.
What? What have you done to me?
The accord is the basis of perfume making, the product in its most primitive form.
Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean
I mean, he
you
still
can
drank a
recreate
perfume.
any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind.
He still drank a perfume.
That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind. Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed, miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emily?
Yep.
I got it.
Yep. So she swapped it. That's what she was doing the whole time over there.
Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Damn.
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Wow, Sylvain lived.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Why did you do this to me? Never mind the fact that I'm actually dying still.
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
Are you sure?
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
No!
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Never mind the fact that you actually made me drink an actual perfume bottle. Like, are we just avoiding that fact? I still drank perfume, guys. I still drank something that you're not supposed to drink.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
No!
The past.
No, this cannot be.
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory.
That is true. You should have. You've been teaching this for how long and you never realized that?
But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it. Just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago.
He's like rocking back and forth.
I like how he's rocking back and well, no, he's just breathing. But I like to imagine he's like rocking back and forth, like, no, 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 this cannot be. This can't be. This can't be. I'm having a nightmare. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare-induced death.
You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind.
And in the process, you forgot that it was a bottle of perfume, nothing more.
Your obsession with the goose is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end, and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Or that you would activate the delusion. I'm afraid my revenge is already complete. I am dying.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you?
I'm afraid I'm still dying.
So, Sylvain isn't dead.
Nope.
Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then. That means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel this morning. It was all an act you put on with the sheriff.
Yep.
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your spirit borneal and a goose combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
After all, I don't have a lot longer to live, guys. Let's face it.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death.
Well, that's such a shame, isn't it? Because I am about to die, in case you forgot.
Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see. And all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Man, I can just imagine Sylvain's reaction to finding out that Edgar's been Kyria this whole time. And he's gonna be like, what the... What? Huh?
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I mean, he is on the verge of death, let's be real.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no going back, is there?
No. Oh, well, we did recently learn that, I don't know, there might be some way.
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
Oh, shit. You brought everyone else down here, too. What kind of idiots are you?
Stick close and hurry up. We can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emily.
Sure, anything.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of a goose is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower.
And that is?
So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combine their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve. But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those really do seem like flowers you would choose.
Yelena,
Yelena.
it's a shame that I must die on this flower field.
Why do I get the feeling this is how Asgore's gonna go? Not long after that, the Eremites rush over. Kyria accepts his fate without saying a word. Well, time to set fire to it. Time to set fire to it all. And thus all the turmoil caused by Auguste finally comes to an end. A few weeks later, you receive a letter from Emily asking you to catch up in Fontaine. What a really quick trip to Fontaine. It's almost like we took, like, no steps at all, really. Emily!
Did you know? Miss Emily's releasing a new perfume.
Uh-oh.
Right. I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena.
Aw. She's
Seems
honoring
like
it.
everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
That's good.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected.
I mean, you are a famous perfumer.
I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify Auguste.
About this perfume, did you use the accord from back in Sumeria?
I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking. Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
I have a question. How is your droplets staying together?
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon!
Sniff, sniff. And she passes out.
Oh, it smells great!
I'm not sure that's the kind of feedback she had in mind.
It's alright. All feedback is worth considering. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
Speaking of deeper meanings, I have a question about Kyria's final question.
Right! Do those flowers have some special meaning? Hearing their names seemed to have an effect on him.
If I had to guess, I'd say it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
Oh, that's true.
The language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before! Paimon remembers hearing something like, the Cecilia represents the true feelings of the prodigal son?
Okay, now what are the other ones?
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of Auguste. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase.
It has something to do with Kyria, doesn't it?
Forget the past and keep on living. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with Auguste.
Or maybe that's what she hoped for her brother.
Do you think Kyria knew about that?
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't seem to care.
I mean, at that point, he was pretty much on the fence. He was just like, well, I've already accepted my fate. I might as well just go on to the stand and die in prison.
Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response.
Huh.
Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kyria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Kyria.
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks.
Oh, that's weird.
Thank you for saving my life. For giving me the chance to learn that Auguste could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what Auguste truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery. But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation.
Which is?
The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes. They're constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
And thus we end the tale of Emily. What a day. What a day. It got a little unfun in the middle of the stream, but I'd say it was a good stream towards the end.
I'll definitely have to add that to the list of rules. Among other things. Because once you start talking about something serious, that's when things start to get really unfun. But I'll be sure to. But you have to promise me that because it does touch on a topic that you are very. The word is escaping me. And it's not obsessed. I know that. That's all I can ask of you. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me today. It was gonna be a short stream anyway, considering the fact that I started at 1 and now it's 5, and I have no idea when the family dinner is gonna start. And I'm sorry that I lied to you all. I will think about doing some more of these stories, but I do also want to try and explore into, farming for artifacts and all that stuff for all my characters, because I gotta do that. Anyway, so I might as well make a stream out of it. Anyway, I'm not sure when I'll see you guys next. More than likely Sunday, but we will see where the deck of cards leads us. Anyway, I'll catch you will-o-wisps later. Keep on guiding people to the righteous path and all that.